Previously on Acting Challenge reality TV show.
Life past this one. Sorry, the name of the story is Amanda. That the brutal soul is Amanda. She was not like, wow, thank you, and I'm happy that Ngozi introduced me to this. She was just a voiceover to make us know that she's happy now, that they knew that. In that meeting, the guy now made her the company's advisor. They clapped for her. That is a welcome into the company. Then the next thing, we now meet the girl in the same company. As she was walking into the company, a worker stepped on her. She overreacted. She wanted to deal with her. Then the guy walked in immediately. Only the guy can make her conscious. You know, whenever she's overreacting, whenever she's out of line, immediately she sees the guy, she comes back to her senses.
The housemates received a courtesy and direct visit from the theatre director.
them and help them appropriately. A lot of people don't care about that. Then of course, physical need. It's very difficult, as a production manager, not to meet up physical needs of characters, cast and crew of a project. By physical need, I mean the things they desire. You might think it's nothing. Somebody might just want a drink, a cold water. Somebody is dehydrated, but you don't care. You say, just do the job. After, later, no. You make effort to provide that thing that he or she needs. It could be pen for the continuity. So those are the three basic things I want to leave with you for today, because our time is fast spent based on the target and the task ahead. We're supposed to be filming, right?
Yes, sir.
We're supposed to be filming. I've not even heard your story. Okay, so I want to just cut it down that way. There's so much about a production manager. Okay, so let me see, where's the script? Who has the script? Kim, you can see it. Where is the script? Yeah, so read. Let me see. Just read out some scenes. Let me see.
All right, sir.
From the beginning.
All right, sir.
It's about drug abuse, right?
Yes, sir. Okay, so the title of the script is Shadow, and it's the plot and the themes about drug abuse. We have 9 characters in this script, and we have Ifeanyi, who is the lead character. Now, Ifeanyi is a young man with great ambitions and aspirations in life.
Tell me about the story for the character. What's the story about? What are we talking? What are you trying to achieve? What is the thematic purpose?
Okay.
Let me take that again, please. So tell me about your story. Tell me about your story first. I need to know the thematic purpose, what's the aim, where are we going to, what are we trying to make people understand. So once I get that, then you go to characterization. Okay, go ahead.
All right, sir. The story is about drug abuse. It's about making people know. We're talking about the effects of drug abuse. It's talking about neglect. It's talking about regrets, and it's talking about solution. The story is revolving around. It's a community story, a friend story about 3 friends who have lived with each other, but do not know that one of their own is into deep drug abuse because he has used religion to mask it for quite some time. And then there's the place of influence, and there's also the place of that friend not having support from his parents. So the parents have neglected him for so long, and they don't even know what is going on with him. So what we're trying to depict in this story is that though you might have someone as your neighbor, you just might not know what is wrong with that person at the time. And so you need to pay more attention to details before it's even too late.
Did you put any form of research into this before you put up the script? Okay, go ahead. Go to the character where you were.
Alright, so the main character is Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi is a young man with great ambitions, and he has great ambitions, but the only problem is he has friends who do not share the same value as he shares. Right, so he's the very religious type, he's the Christian type, he's the believing type. But his friends see him as an overdue. He's doing too much. And that makes them not to be able to come down on the same level to relate. And so Ifeanyi is the Christian type, while his friends Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
After a long day, the housemates had a lecture with a renowned actor and filmmaker.
The script is a written work. We are what has been written into roles, scenes, acts, and everyone is working on this document. People should sit here. If you don't have a seat, please sit. Sorry. Yes, you can't come again. Can I repeat what I said? Do what I said. Good. Alright. You see, one of the things you need to learn as an actor is language. When you're playing a character, or as an actor, or as a filmmaker, language is very important. Sit, I'll still ask you that question. Language is very important. Very important. That is why there's a difference between that actor and that other actor. You know, what makes you a superstar? As I said, what did I say that to you? When I said one raised to power 10, was it everybody? Right? What puts you at 1 raised to power 10 million?
is the uniqueness. What makes you unique? So when you go to film school, you teach you business. Well, not everybody that goes to film school gets successful. Question one is deeper than what you have thought. It's possible that the lecturer that taught you the film has never pressed the blood vessel, or the person who was teaching you at that time has never been in present. Let me give you an example. Back in the days, there's this guy. He wasn't a theatre arts student, but his department was just next to the theatre arts department. And just go back. Go and see. Sometimes you call it so. I understand. Just go back. Don't worry, calm down. But next time you go back. And he will walk from his department and go to the theatre arts department. And whenever there's a presentation in the department, he plays the lead character from another department, the social science department. And he comes and plays the lead character. And the theatre arts students that have been studying from day 1 to day 4, were they not thought to be good? Huh? Were they not thought to be good? They were thought to be good. The fact is, they teach you just basics. They don't teach you rudiments. Language is very, very, very key. Very, 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 very key for you to be a good actor. That's why I advise every actor to watch. This is going to end, but I still have to say it. I advise every young actor, you don't need to like it. You don't need to love it. Let's say you have a boyfriend or a husband or a girlfriend or, as the case may be, that loves it. And because of how addictive he loves it, you hate it. But when you become an actor, you have to love it. Guess what I think it is? Football. What is the relationship between football and acting? Now, that takes us to what I call diction. I just wrote it. Diction. Diction. We know what diction is. Trust me, whenever we're having our classes are just going to be very simple things that you've already known. But obviously you didn't know the power of that thing in being a successful actor. How many of us know Ramsey Noah? Do you love Ramsey Noah?
Yes, we do.
Ramsey Noah is one actor that I say to anybody that cares to listen, is one exportable actor in Nollywood. I say to every young actor, go and research Ramsey Noah. And when you research Ramsey Noah, you will understand why he talks the way he talks. Tomorrow we're going to be rehearsing "30 Good Mornings." Just be good. About 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes. We're talking about diction. We're talking about language, and we went into diction. I said language is very key, and I related it to football. Let me conclude on that point. And the football I'm talking about is especially the British football. When you watch the British football all the time and listen to the British football all the time. Not Diamond, are you sleeping? Sit up. When you watch the British football all the time and listen, don't just watch. As a filmmaker, don't watch. Did you hear me? As a filmmaker, don't, from now onwards, don't ever watch anything to be entertained. Don't ever watch anything to be entertained. Entertainment is yours. It is your job to entertain. It is not their job to entertain you. You get my point? So, it is your job to entertain you. It is not their job to entertain you, no matter how interesting that film is, no matter how interesting that content is. Very important. Give yourself this mark from today. When you leave this house, tell yourself you're going to keep your gaze on British football. Precisely British football. I'm not asking you to tell me the skill of Messi or Ronaldo or Gerald or as the case may be. I just want you to listen to the commentator. Just listen to the commentator. That's why I said to your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend, as the case may be, you might be very angry. He's watching football again. Trust me, this time around, he's going to be angry that you're watching football. Listen to it. Second of all, do you know the next thing you're going to be watching? To listen. So, funny, right? Yes. Imagine football. Cartoon. Who is an actor? As AU seems.
An actor is one who depicts a certain act given to him by the producer or the production manager in the form of a script.
Who is an actor? Me.
Okay, actor is one who tells a story.
What is acting? Because if we understand what acting is, first of all, then we can know who an actor is, right? What is acting?
Okay, I will say that acting is an entertainment. It's a part of displaying a particular role for your audience to be entertained.
What is acting?
Acting means engulfing yourself in a character to portray a particular role and make people believe that you are that person or that character that you have been given to play.
I totally agree with everything you all have said. Huh? Let me also teach you one thing about definition. I love the fact that I want to believe whatever you said is your decision, your definition, right? Sit, please. Your definition, right? This is my definition. Acting is doing what you do unconsciously, consciously, for your audience. Did that make sense? It didn't even make sense to me.
Yes, it did.
Trust me, it didn't make sense to me. Acting to me is doing what I do unconsciously, consciously, before my audience. Doing what I do unconsciously, consciously, before my audience. I think it's beginning to make sense to me though. Doing what I do, because I'm looking at your face. It's not even making sense to you. So it's not making sense to me. How is it going to be making sense to you? It's not making sense to me. Doing what I do unconsciously, consciously, for my audience. What is the meaning of that? Sleeping the sleep I sleep unconsciously, consciously, for my audience. Drinking the water I drink unconsciously, consciously, for my audience. Dancing the dance I dance unconsciously, consciously, for just one purpose, my audience. Taking the lines that I take unconsciously, consciously, not because that's what I want to do at that time, but because there is a demand for it. I have to do it exactly the way I did it unconsciously. So, I think it's beginning to make sense, because I'm even beginning to have respect for something. So it means that as this man is sitting down with his hands on that chair, holding that pen like that, one leg fully in the slippers, the other leg halfway in the slippers, the other hand under his knee, right? Are you conscious doing that? Did you do that consciously? You are relaxed. That's how you feel doing it. And trust me, you look perfect. If I take you a shot right now, you look good. But if I tell you, scene 3, his hand is on the couch with that, give you the description. If I take you a picture, you will look awkward. Why? Because you have failed to connect your unconsciousness to your consciousness. acting, you first of all need to understand what acting is. And you have to define it to yourself first and get it right. Not in English language, whether in pidgin or in your national or traditional dialect. You must first tell yourself what acting is. If you are able to catch that part, you will become a good actor. Trust me. Why? There is basically anything you did today that you have never imagined. And as long as you can imagine it, even the Bible says that if you have imagined it, you have committed it. Abi? Yeah. It's a spiritual law, isn't it? Yeah. Right? Yes. So it simply means if I have imagined drinking water, that means I can drink water. If I have imagined dressing up, that means I can dress up. Why? Every single act you have ever portrayed or found yourself in for real, you must picture it in your mind before you can our house. Summary. An actor is not for fun. It is strictly for the audience. Strictly, underline, circle it, strictly for your audience. That is the only reason you are there. The only reason you're standing in front of that camera, the boom mic is there, the lapel mic is on your body, the lights, the 2Ks, the Kinoflows, the LEDs, the aperture lights, call them whatever you call them, and the costumier has taken her time or his time to wear costumes on you, the makeup artist has done her or his job, and the director is calling the shots. Action!
R S T U V W X Y Z.
Oh, nice.